Well, Thanksgiving is just around the corner, which means that your Blue Raider fall and winter sports teams are in full swing. Volleyball is in Charlotte tomorrow night to play the Lady 49ers at 6 and back at Alumni Memorial to host regional rival Western Kentucky on Saturday night. Friday night, men's hoops host Ohio Valley for their regular season opener, while the ladies are in the desert taking on Arizona State. The football squad heads to Miami to square off against Florida International on Saturday afternoon, and men's cross country is in Tallahassee Friday night, running for the NCAA South Regional title. And for more on high school football, let's send it over to James Sokiri at the Wall.
Thanks, Jake. We've made it through round 1 of the Tennessee high school football playoffs, and round 2 is knocking at the door. Last week, Blackman took care of business against the visiting Cane Ridge, while Oakland steamrolled the Mount Juliet Bears 53-0. Riverdale pulled out the win against Smyrna Bulldogs, and Laverne beat Cookeville 33-7 behind Roche Graves' 214 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns, giving Laverne their first playoff win since 2006. Grave and the Wolverines hit the road looking to upset the second seed Oakland Patriots come Friday night, while the top seed Blackman Blaze are home against the Riverdale Warriors. UT fans could see and hear some changes in the athletic program. Here's Jake Rose with more on that story.
The University of Tennessee Athletic Department is making a branding change under its new deal with apparel giant Nike. Starting next July, all women's sports teams will cease to be referred to as the Lady Vols and simply as the Volunteers, all for except women's basketball. According to the university, the women's basketball program will keep the Lady Vol name and logo because of the, quote, accomplishments and legacy of the championship program built by Coach Pat Summitt and her former players, end quote. Adidas has been the official on-field apparel provider for Tennessee since 1997. And sticking with UT, the one phrase that Tennessee basketball fans never want to hear again is back: NCAA investigation. The NCAA has put the Southern Miss basketball program and former head coach Donnie Tyndall under investigation for possible violations of Proposition 48. Tyndall was named the Tennessee men's head basketball coach this past April after Quanzo Martin left for Cal. The NCAA is looking into how tuition, living expenses, and other fees were paid to Southern Miss recruits that were academically ineligible to play for the Golden Eagles coming out of high school and junior college. In addition to the original probe, the NCAA is also examining the academic records of several Southern Miss players. Just 3 years ago, Tennessee fired basketball coach Bruce Pearl for violating NCAA rules and then lying about those infractions to the NCAA. Coach Tyndall said Monday he is very confident that everything is going to be fine. But just hours after the investigation was announced, the Vols' top recruit, Chris Clark, decommitted from UT and recommitted to Virginia Tech. This is the second NCAA inquiry into Coach Tyndall's recruiting practices. And switching to the ice, the Nashville Predators continued their hot start to the season last night. After 2 weeks and 4 wins and 6 games on the road, the Preds returned to Broadway to face the Edmonton Oilers. The first line continued to impose their will as 3 forwards recorded points, including 2 first-period goals from Philip Forsberg and Mike Ribeiro. As usual, Pekka Rinne was a force between the pipes, stopping 21 shots and leading the Preds to a 3-2 win over the Oilers. The Preds are back in action tomorrow night in St. Louis to take on the Red Hot Blues. For James Sokiri, I'm Jake Rose, back to Bethany and Nathan's Beard.